What is a garnishee? A garnishee is a court order that allows your creditor to attach part of your salary to pay off what you owe them. So the way it works is often like this. An attorney will send you a letter of demand telling you how much you need to pay them, and if you don't, you must appear in court. Most consumers will never arrive at court to go and have that discussion with a magistrate or with the attorney. So what happens is that you have an attorney and a creditor who are agreeing with a magistrate who is about to stamp a court order which is going to force you to pay them an amount of money without you actually being in the room. So ultimately what happens is they make a decision in terms of what they feel is a reasonable number for you to pay them, including all sorts of escalated interest and costs that I've mentioned. A sheriff will arrive at your workplace with a document and hand it over to your payroll officer. What it basically says is that unless they deduct that amount of money from your salary every single month, that person is allowed to start attaching the assets of your boss. In other words, if they don't pay over that money every single month, literally that sheriff can arrive at the office and start attaching computers and desks and things like that to pay off your store account. So what do you think your employer is going to do? They actually have no choice in the matter, so you can never blame your employer for allowing that deduction to take place. It is a legal binding document. So if you get a garnishee, it is really important for you to go to your payroll, ask them for the information, find out exactly who this is that's deducting this amount of money from you. Is it legal? How much is the amount of money? And actually know what's going on. There are literally thousands and thousands and thousands of consumers out there who do not have this information. They kind of know that it's one of the people that they haven't paid, so they just leave it. There's a huge amount of fraud taking place in the industry from attorneys who collect from people who do nothing about it. So they just charge and charge and charge whatever they feel like charging, and people continue to pay. If you have a garnishee, deal with it. Get all the information, build it into your debt plan, and make sure that you actually get rid of it. It is a very, very expensive way to pay off your debt. And ultimately, something you must understand about garnishees is that this is the creditor's way of finally getting their money. So you can avoid the phone calls, avoid the SMSs, ignore their statements. But ultimately, a creditor can attach how much you owe them from your salary without you having any say in the matter if you don't get involved in the process.